Hello everybody, welcome to BlockDesk Ventures. I am Crypto Lamb and I'm going to give you the latest news with regards to crypto and what's going on right now, specifically to do with Ukraine and Russia, as that is essentially what everybody's talking about right now. Ukraine is indeed under attack by Russia, and it's a very sad state of affairs as well. I mean, if you are from Ukraine and you watch this channel, we're with you, we stand with you, and we pray that everybody will be able to get away from this situation safely, and hopefully the conflict can be de-escalated, and that will be the end of it. Ultimately, though, it seems that there is no signs of any side kind of giving right now, with the Ukrainian military fighting extraordinarily well. And they're still standing proud right now, and ultimately giving the Russians a very good kicking indeed. I also want to make it clear as well that a majority of Russian people do not actually want this war as much as the Ukrainians, and do share solidarity with Ukraine. It is very much the Russian government, particularly Vladimir Putin, who wants this to happen, not necessarily the Russian people. So please make sure when you're talking to people, be mindful of that, because it's not the Russian people that want this to happen, it is the Russian government. And ultimately, you know, the Ukrainian military are doing extraordinarily well, and the Ukrainian people as well. You know, for the most part, especially in Kiev, people seem to be going around their business as normal, going to and from work, so on and so forth. And obviously, you know, trying to protect themselves the best they can. But it is still indeed a very sorry state of affairs, and the economy has taken a huge hit globally. And the reason for that is ultimately because of sanctions that have been put on Russia. And we're going to take a look at some of those sanctions now and try to better understand what it is that's happening, and what can happen because of these restrictions and sanctions. So first of all, the European Union, the European Commission, President Ursula von der Leyen, and President of France, Emmanuel Macron, announced new measures early Friday, vowing to inflict maximum impact on the Russian economy and political elite. We will hold the Kremlin accountable, said von der Leyen, with sanctions aimed to hit Russia's financial, energy, and transport sectors, and include export controls and trade financing bans. Von der Leyen said that they now target 70% of the Russian banking sector and key owned companies, and sought to make it impossible for Russia to upgrade its oil refineries. We're also targeting Russian elites by curbing their deposits so that they cannot hide their money anymore in safe havens in Europe, she added. And the sanctions also seek to limit Russia's access to sensitive technology as well as aircraft components and equipment. Japan will impose a range of sanctions targeting Russian financial institutions, military organizations, and individuals in response to the invasion of Ukraine. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, I apologize if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, announced on Friday the range of measures include freezing assets of certain Russian individuals and financial institutions, while also banning exports to Russian military organizations. The response to this situation, we will strengthen our sanction measures in close cooperation with the G7 and the rest of the international community, Kishida said in a press conference on Friday. Australia are also putting numerous sanctions on as well, with New Zealand also following suit, Taiwan, the United States, of course, and the United Kingdom, numerous amounts of sanctions as well. And it's important to note as well that President Biden says as well that these sanctions are not necessarily to deter Putin right this second from stopping. They don't expect him to stop. What these sanctions will do is essentially cripple Russia's infrastructure over the next few years. It's not going to be an instantaneous thing that will be felt, but it is something that essentially will severely disable Russia over the next few years, significantly more. With the news that Russia had invaded the Ukraine, Bitcoin itself, let me just bring up the chart here, Bitcoin itself had absolutely dropped from where it was up here yesterday from 38,500 and dropped down quite significantly to 43,390, and a lot of people were, including myself, were anticipating a further fall, potentially to fill the CME gap down between 25,000 and 26,000, but that didn't happen. If anything, the market started to recover very, very quickly, and this happened almost instantaneously after the sanctions were mentioned. And it could be that Russia essentially bought a load of Bitcoin because it's the only thing they can spend right now. But ultimately, Bitcoin did recover very, very well, and a lot of other assets did as well, including Ethereum, and prices just started to absolutely extraordinarily boom back up to where they should be, and we've seen a little bit of growth today as well. But ultimately, the rest of the stock market is in a little bit of a disarray at the moment because of the news, but crypto is holding extraordinarily well right now, which I'm sure you'll all be pleased to hear. But with these sanctions ongoing, I think ultimately it's safe to say it will be quite a few years before we see any negative effects on Russia unfolding. Some of them will be relatively instantaneous, with some people having their assets immediately frozen. So ultimately, these are the best things that NATO could do right now. I personally believe that a lot more could be done. I also believe that Putin has flexed his military a little bit too hard, because it seems that they're getting their butts absolutely whooped in the Ukraine at the moment, but that's just my personal opinion. But again, if you do watch this channel and you are from the Ukraine, please stay safe, and please I just want you all to know that we do stand with you and hope for the best outcome for everybody, of course. But ultimately, there isn't really much more to talk about right now. With regards to crypto is holding on extraordinarily well in comparison to the rest of the global markets. So right now, crypto seems to be the best place to be. If you want to see more crypto news like this in the coming weeks, please make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment and a like as well. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you think of the situation in Ukraine right now. Everybody have a safe day, and just hug your loved ones and be safe. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.